let's quickly jump over to a listener question. Nels, do you want to take us through? I think we said the one for this week.
Long-time listener, Nick Fitzner, on Twitter. Marky Mark, real deal or mercurial pretender? And look, I'll jump into it. This guy is still 22 years old. We're all talking about this guy like he's mid-20s and he hasn't sort of evolved. His defense in the last few years and his error rate and how much it's dropped has just got significantly better. Don't forget, we're playing this bloke now out of position, a position he hasn't played for a few years, surrounded by other people in different positions he's not used to playing with. Parisi out of the wing, the centers. There was a lot of changes happening. We know he can attack. He's still got 51 meters. He had a line break, 2 offloads, 4 tackle busts. He scored himself a try, but it was his defense, I think, that really let him down. And he had a few more errors. So, I mean, he definitely didn't put his name out there as a contender for the fullback jersey for the Wallabies. But he is still young, and I think he's still very much the real deal. He just has to keep working on some of his issues.
I think, my take on it is that just from the raw skill ability, I mean, when he played those couple of tests for the Wallabies, of course, one of them, his first one was against Italy, but his second test, he scored 2 tries against Wales. You know what I mean? This is a top tier 1 nation team, and he made them look silly. So he's absolutely got the skill and the capability of doing it on the top stage. He's just got to develop his game a bit more. But
I mean, the tars around him were not looking great either. So we can't pin it all on him. When you don't have blokes around you pulling their weight and you're out of position, it's not going to be an easy transition for you.
Yeah. Now, that was our only listener question because I think Harry was saying everyone just loved the photo more, the photo of Nels doing the hot takes. That's a very popular photo. We're getting thrown around Twitter, which is good. Love some good memes. But let's push on to the news. So I think, look, we've talked about it a lot, but Michael Hooper wrapping up for the Tars. As we said, one hell of a game from him, summarised his career, I think, for the Tars. And, good on him. On to bigger and better things. Been a great servant of Australian rugby, New South Wales rugby. Pity we couldn't get the win, but I think...
We also had Reece Hodge getting his 100th game for the Rebels. He's 100 and done. No finals for the Rebels. So that's the last time we're going to see him in Rebels colours by the looks of it. And, I mean, he's a guy that's had a long journey for that club, been pushed around in different jerseys. You know, he's been thrown into a Wallabies 10 jersey against the All Blacks and got a win. That's a player, I think, very much underappreciated in Australia and maybe mismanaged. I hate to say that we have a lot of players that probably fill that bracket that get thrown around into different positions. I think he's looked good at 13, and I think he's had, some real positive involvements in the last few years. And it's sad to see him offshore, but he committed to the Rebels when, they weren't looking too crash hot, and he stuck with them the whole way. So good on him.
Absolutely. And that's always been his versatility has always been his downfall, hasn't it? It's just been, he never was the first picked in any position in the back line, but was often the second and just the ultimate 23 jersey in any team, wasn't he? So, well, that's good. Look,
he's only 27, right? Like 100 games. He could come back easily to the next World Cup. The way he plays, like he's big, he's physical, he's smart. If he keeps reading the game better and better, we could see him back, I reckon. He's young enough and he's talented enough.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to play a pivotal role in this World Cup, obviously, in the Wallabies squad. But again, as the 23 jersey for sure, I'd say. But I agree with you. He's still got plenty more to contribute, and I think it's really nice to wrap it up at 100. He'd love that he's leaving at 100 games. You know what I mean? Just like that must feel good. But
and also, we've talked about Mark Nawaqanitawasi's read. Look up Reece Hodge on Google Images. This guy has had a phenomenal body for a very, very long time. The bloke is an absolute specimen.
Nels, you don't have to lie and say on Google Images. We know that his rig is your desktop background, but that's all right. Now, look, I think
that image, Google Images. That's where I found it.